Hey lovies, this is Michelle here at Life Mantra Tarot. I hope that you guys are all well. It is Monday night at this moment, so I do hope that you guys get to tune in, all that good stuff. Yeah, I actually went live prior to this, so about maybe 15 minutes ago, and did a collective love reading. That was interesting to say the least. There's a lot going on, so you might want to check that out. My girl, my sister is here. Hey, baby girl, hi. My girl's here, so I'm happy to see you. Hopefully, some other folks will tune in as well. But yes, so as you guys saw in the title, this is going to be kind of just looking into our shadow selves and what we could be working on at this time, and kind of shining light upon that and figuring out ways that we can also integrate our lights. That's what the purpose of this reading will be. And before I go into that, I also wanted to say thank you for those of you who are new to the channel, who have been watching. You guys are absolutely amazing. And for those of you who have been rocking with me for a little bit, absolutely love you guys. You guys are just the best, the bestest. So yeah, we're gonna just kind of dive right in. Not gonna do too much talking. So I am going to start with, you probably see that the my sage and Palo Santo are still kind of smoking. You might see a little bit of a haze kind of over here. It's still kind of going. I'm like, wow, releasing a lot of shit. Yeah, so yeah, we're letting all that shit go, right? Especially from that last reading. My God, what a clusterfuck that was, right? So, all right, Spirit. I let positive energy into this reading for the collective energy. Show the collective what they need to see at this time for their highest good when it comes to this part of their journey. Show them any shadow attributes that they need to focus on at this time, as well as their light attributes that can help counteract that, helping us restore balance in our lives. I'm going to say us. What do we need to know? Hey, Monica, welcome back. All right, so we do have Blinded to Pain here at the bottom of the deck. So to me, that card usually represents folks, and this is just on the bottom of the deck, so it's not going to necessarily resonate with everybody or anything like that. It is a collective reading. But it's like when you've been through so much shit in your life that you just kind of are used to it. Like, you just like, oh, okay, well, it's just kind of like, almost like Eeyore, you know? Well, it's just kind of my life. Like, okay, whatever. It's like, but that's not any way to live, right? You know, like, yeah, life, happens, and, that shit's no fun sometimes. But, we aren't meant to live in pain constantly, right? So I do feel like that's what that card kind of signifies. I've had like that outlook in the past myself, where it's just like, this is just my life, it just is the way it is for me always. Like, my life fucking sucks. Like, sometimes we have that outlook, and we've been through some stuff. And I'm gonna put that one back because I didn't feel connected to that card. But yeah, like, that was just on the bottom of the deck, though, like I said before. So let's just see what else pops up. Mm. 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 We have forgetting oneself. Ah, okay. I wouldn't be shocked if the sacrifice card pops up. Forgetting the importance of your own feelings, right? This person actually has like a masquerade mask on in the picture. Kind of piggybacking off of, the Blinded to Pain, right? It's like, you just kind of, you're going with the motions. You're like, whatever. It's life. I'm not stressed about it, but it is what it is. But then but deep down inside, I'm pretty sure, you want more. You want to feel happy. You want to feel love. You want all these different things, but then you kind of put it on the back burner and forget about your own wants and your own needs, and you put a facade up, and you're like, I feel like Spirit's kind of pointing that out right now. If it resonates, let me know. I know I can resonate with that, but all right. So we just got all right. So we got two cards together. We have Gilded Regret along with Oh wow. Okay. Okay. Let me not let me not get ahead of myself. Let me rewind a little bit because like I get ready to go off on tangents and I'm gonna try to regroup. Okay. So we have gilded regrets. So I do feel like you guys have like some regrets. Like there might even be like animosity sometimes. Like, you know, like you do stuff for all these people and stuff like that, and they, you know, they're not appreciative of you and stuff like that and of your efforts. And then, you know, you do stuff for people and then you like feel away when they don't, when there's like a lack of reciprocity and stuff like that. Um, and then you regret it later. Um, and then you hide this emotion from yourself and from others. So it's like you do stuff, you do it because you want to like maybe people please. Tell me if this resonates, guys, because I feel like I'm resonating with this part of the message. There might be some people pleasers who end up watching this. And then again, you hide your true emotions. You act like everything's all, you know, hunky dory. Five is definitely significant. I'm gonna tell you why. Because the number on one of these cards was 14, and another card is 5, and then there's 3 people in the chat right now and 2 likes. 555. You might be seeing a lot of fives. So there are some parts of yourself in this element that might need to be worked on and changed. Yeah, and we have addicted here on the bottom of the deck. So it's like, if you're, let's put it like this, for those of you who might resonate with this part of being like a people pleaser, worrying about what other people's opinions and stuff are of you, like, you know what I'm trying to say. Like, you see how I'm even fumbling on my words? Like, I'm getting my throat chakra might need a little bit of work, right? Having a hard time speaking up for yourself. You don't know how to set the healthy boundaries of saying, no, I'm not okay with this. You just do it because you feel like you have to, or you feel like, you know, if you don't do it, then people are going to be mad at you and things like that. And like I said, then that's where the resentment and stuff comes in. Whether it's towards these people or towards yourself, it could be towards both. And, you know, there could be this sense of addicted behavior, maladaptive behavior when it comes to doing this. And that's why addicted is here on the bottom of the deck. So it's like, you know, you like I said, you hide your true feelings or your true emotions when it comes to this, but then at the same time you really get like worked up on the inside about how you feel about it. I'm getting worked up even talking about it. I'm getting hot. And it's like you allow people to overstep your boundaries constantly. And I don't want to make, like, when I say you allow, but I'm trying really hard to, like, you know, watch my wording here, but it is a shadow work reading, so I'm gonna try to be as, you know, blunt as possible without turning people off and making them feel like they have to turn turn it off. You know, I want it to be, you know, where it's still approachable. But yes, like, I am getting like this energy of people who, you know, they have a hard time with being able to set those healthy boundaries and stuff. What we got here, we have Bride in a Cage. Now this is going to be different for everyone, so please take it as it resonates. But this card typically represents oh, Lati, as you're talking about the number 3, there's 3 people in here, 3 likes, and 21 adds up to 3. So you might be seeing a lot of 3s as well. That card is representative of somebody who they have like the traditional sense of what they would like to be in terms of being a wife. Like, what does a wife look like, or a good girlfriend, or a good husband, good boyfriend look like? So you're almost like, because of the traditions that have been bestowed upon you, you stay kind of confined and stuck in that how can I put it, that character trait of being able to try to, you know, satisfy people in relationships. So I'm getting codependency here, possibly for some. Take that as it resonates, because like I said, that's not going to be for everybody, but that's what that card kind of represents. So let me know if that resonates. And then we have fated to suffer on the bottom of the deck. It goes very, very closely to that, the card we were talking about before, about the feeling fated to, fated, or not, sorry, go back, blinded to pain, sorry, because some of the cards like almost piggyback off of each other, so bear with me. I won't cry for you on the top of the deck. So it's like you've been through so much when it comes to, I'm getting a lot of relationship type stuff. Peaceful among the thorns. Yeah, exactly. So it's like you've almost gotten to a point where it's like you just accept things, like, you bend over backwards for people, they shit on you, and then you just kind of accept it, and you kind of gotten used to that. And it's like, yeah, now it's time to start stepping into your own power and say, yeah, no. You know what I mean? Like, can't keep on, can't keep on going through that, and I feel like that's why this is coming up as a shadow attribute, right? It's something that you kind of keep hidden very well. We have the child that was meant to be. For some of you, this could stem as far back as childhood. Maybe you watched how your parents interacted, or aunts and uncles, grandparents, so on and so forth. And it's like this could have literally like been a thing that really kind of fucked you over when it comes to how do I approach these type of relationships in my life and approach them in a healthy way. If you're watching, your parents interacting in a similar fashion to what I just explained, of course you're going to end up repeating those patterns, right? So again, let me know if that resonates, because this is very, very interesting. And this is why these are shadow attributes, right? These are not things that are healthy necessarily. They're usually maladaptive. But when we can figure out how we integrate them into our, our higher self, that's when we can do the healing. And then you're asking a lot of times probably, is this me? Is this me? You're questioning it. You're like, is this really the real me? Because this is fucking weird, man. You know what I mean? Like, this is what you're probably telling yourself. Like, this, I know this is, like, as you get older, you're like, I know this does not make sense. This is not the right way to do this. How do I do it? Asking yourself the questions of, is there a better way to function in my relationships? So on and so forth. People pleasing is not healthy. And I'm telling you as somebody who's done this, Exactly, Monica. That's a great way to word it. What you just said. Yeah, exactly. Recognizing how you've normalized dysfunction. I love that. I love the way you worded that, because that's perfectly worded right there. Monica hit the nail on the head there. For sure. Yeah, these maladaptive behaviors and way of handling these relationships. Not good. We have perchance to dream. So that's it kind of goes back hand in hand with the bride in the cage. It's feeling like, okay, well, this is what I feel I'm supposed to have, or this is how I feel like I'm supposed to behave, this is what I'm supposed to want, like keyword supposed to, right? It's like it's not your wants and desires, really. It's like you're living for everybody else. Like, the dreams of other people have become what your dreams are, and this is what you're acting upon. So I'm getting this is a time to start acting for yourself, rather than allowing other people to, how can I put it, make you assimilate to their standards, whatever that looks like for you, because it's going to be different for everybody. And again, we had addicted, and now we have obsession here. So it's like, you probably obsess about the outward appearance of how you are perceived by others. How do other people look at you, and the things that you do? Like, am I smart enough? Do I have enough degrees? Am I of high enough stature in the community? That type of shit. And that causes you to feel very fragmented, feeling very, very all over the place, wishy-washy. Where it's like, on one end, what is that you're starting to learn what you want for yourself, or you've always dealt with this, but you've put it on the back burner for so long because you've allowed other people to overstep their boundaries, and then you don't know how to take that step for yourself and say, oh, well, yeah, that's not really what I want for myself. I want this. You know what I mean? Like I said, I hope this is making sense so far. And we have blinded to pain here again. So, yeah. Parasite, yeah. You know, people feed off of you. Whew. Damn. Yeah, it feels like people are just feeding off of you. You might be seeing a lot of the number 9 as well right now. Yeah. All right, so that's just from one deck, guys. So we're gonna dive in. We're gonna do a deep dive. We're going in. We're gonna go into the past life oracle cards. Now, granted, you know, everybody's past life situations are going to be very, very different and unique. But because you guys are in the collective, some of it might, you know, kind of, you know, piggyback off of each other. So just go from there, you know, and take what resonates, leave the rest behind. So some parts you're gonna be like, oh wow, that really feels like me and sounds like me. The other person you're gonna be like, yeah, that's not my part of the story, and that's perfectly fine. All right, so we're gonna get maybe like just 3 or 4 from here. I'm not gonna go too crazy because like I want to try to get like the main things that need to come from this particular deck, and then we're gonna tap into the tarot portion and go from there. So again, I do hope that this is resonating with you guys. If you're new to the channel, definitely hit that subscribe button, hit the like, continue to interact in the comment section, send your reactions, all that good stuff. All these are things that help when it comes to building my relatively small channel, but I'm getting there. My girl, Tears and Wheat Tarot Show, aka Lati, my sister, you know, she definitely inspires me to keep on pushing, to see where she came from and where she's at now. It lets me know I'm on the right path. So it's just, you know, it just takes time and diligence and all that good stuff. So anywho, all right, so bottom of the deck, you do have High Priest or High Priestess. So I mean, ironically enough, what are you guys watching? You're watching tarot. I be kind of in the this realm, right? Which means a lot of you guys probably are in this realm as well. So how funny is that? That, you know, for some of you, all right, I'm gonna just throw this out there. For some, one of the things that has been one of the things that have been kind of pushed onto you is it could be like, you know, belief systems. So let's say if, you know, you come from a family that, you know, this is an example. You come from a family that is not religious, or sorry, they are religious and they're not into spirituality, or, you know, like this kind of thing, like what I'm doing right now, right? And then they look at you like, what the fuck are you doing? You're a witch, you're this, you're that. And it, I mean, not necessarily wrong with either of those things, right? But it's just, you know, it's different than what they want for you, right? So you've, you know, I remember I said something about starting off maybe even as far back as childhood for some. You know, if they're telling you, oh, you need to do this and that a certain way, you know what I mean? You need to go to church, you need to be married, you need this, you need, like, those might be things that you don't really necessarily want. You have to, you know, excuse me, you have to you know, abide by certain gender roles. Hello, this is fucking what year are we in? 2024. You know what I mean? Like we kind of, you know, in a different era now, right? And it's like, but there's some people who still think that you have to do things a certain way. You have to be super conservative with how you dress and things like that. So it's like, these are could be things that have been put onto you for a very long time, and it's caused you to feel very, very like fragmented and like, you know, wishy-washy about like, well, if I do this I might get disowned by my family, and like, but you're forgetting about your wants and your needs in the process. So I'm getting something like that. So let's say if that's part of the story for you, you know, let me know. Lets me know that I'm tapping into the energy. All right, so we're gonna pull like 3 or 4 from here. Hey Queen, what's up, girl? Alright, so what we got? So, in a past life, some of you might have experienced unrequited love. This is definitely going back to that bride in a cage energy. Um, feeling like you had to kind of, again, be a certain way to have love and, keep the love there, like a marriage or whatever. And it's like, okay, well, you know, now in this lifetime, you're like, fuck that shit. I'm not gonna keep on, bending over backwards for somebody who doesn't want what I want or isn't, putting in the same effort, so on and so forth, right? But again, it could really, have a lot to do with like those foundational belief systems starting out. Tell us more. There you go. Spirit is confirming everything I just said. Spirituality and religion. Thank you, Spirit, for the confirmation. So that for a lot of you, that could have been one of the things that was causing some issues in terms of a lot of things. Issues with your family, issues in romance, so on and so forth. And this is something that is still kind of following you in this lifetime, even now. And that's why it's one of those shadow things, because it's hidden. It's not one of those things that we think about on a regular basis. We're like, oh, yeah, everything's fine. And it's like, but deep down, these are things that they keep on kind of rearing their little ugly fucking head. Um, and it's showing up more because you guys are becoming more in tune with your spirituality, right? So there you go. That was more scared. Let me do two more from here, and then we'll start pulling from the tarot. Okay. Lessons and blessings. So there were a lot of lessons that had to be learned in some of these past lifetimes, that are still kind of, showing up even now. And the thing is, I think because a lot of you guys are starting to shed light, hence why I said you're, shining light upon the shadow. These things that were hidden that are now, they were in plain sight for a very long time, probably you just never saw it. And now you're getting it, right? Because you're growing in terms of your spirituality. You're seeing things from a different standpoint, and it's allowing you to receive the lessons and the blessings that, come from, this sense of growth and expansion on a soul level. Let's get one more from here. Wow. Kind of happy I came back on too. Thank you. And Father. So for some of you, take this as it resonates. Some of the stuff could have to do with a father figure. Your father figure that has possibly even followed you from lifetime to lifetime. That has contributed to this sense of feeling, like you have to do things a certain way, you have to always be this particular person, take it as it resonates, since that's not gonna be for everybody. But yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if the Emperor card were to show up when we start pulling from the tarot. Galactic. I feel like a lot of you guys are like galactic beings. You guys are like star seeds and stuff like that. If you resonate with that kind of thing, light workers and things of that nature. And it's like, again, because of that path that you're on, it's going to differ very, very drastically from some of the stuff that you learned in your background. And it's like, not everybody's going to agree with it, but that's fine. That their path is their path and your path is your own. So, it is what it is. There's 3 people in here and 3 likes, and I just had like an image of the 6 of Swords card, which is about being divinely guided, right? Like you're divinely guided exactly where you need to be. You're no longer feeling the sense of imprisonment or enslavement, to things that don't serve you. You know what I mean? You might have felt like that for a very long time, very confined, right? Very stuck, but you're moving past that. Some of you might have Native American ancestry. Take that as it resonates as well. But, again, if you look at their belief systems versus what ended up being forced upon a lot of people later on, I'm not going to give a history lesson. It's a Google search away. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to, persuade nobody of nothing. What you believe is what you believe. But, they weren't monotheistic. They believed that there was a God and stuff for everything. you know, the rain god, this, you know what I mean? Like everything had, you know, a different type of, you know, god associated with it, or a deity or whatever associated with it. So again, if you come from a background in this lifetime where you're told that you have to do things by this way, but then you're resonating with stuff from, you know, I don't want to go into witchcraft and stuff, but like, you know, you're resonating with stuff from all these different, you know, um, belief systems and stuff like that. That is definitely going to have a you know, a possible damper on your relationship with like family and things like that. A father figure, perhaps, for some, right? So again, take all of this stuff as it resonates. And Holly, hi, that's a new name. Thank you. How are you? I hope that you hit that subscribe button. I love to see new names pop up. You know, I try to, you know, since my channel is still small, I can remember, you know, when I see people, I'm like, ooh, that's a new name. So I definitely am thankful that you're here, and thank you for that boost of confidence. You know, that's, I just got a little bit of goosebumps there. I feel a little warm and fuzzy. So that made me feel good. Thank you so much. Because, you know, I got my girl Lat here, my soul sister here, and I got my another one of my favorite subscribers here. Over here, Sovereignton, and you know, I call her Queen because that's her actual name. And you know what? I'm just happy to see, you know, there are people here who are new and, you know, interacting, and that makes me very, very happy. So thank you and welcome. And, you know, cheers to that. You know, a little bit of little Crown Royal peach right here in this cup. All right. So for my little lovies over here, let's look a little bit deeper into this message with some tarot. Let's do maybe a cross of truth. I think that would be a good one to do. Cross of truth. So let's look into the current energy for the collective at this time. What does the collective need to know currently when it comes to their current energy, when it comes to this part of their path and their journey? Ah, yes. Finding balance. Finding balance. You know, going back and forth sometimes, right? But I'm getting more so just literally balancing it all out, you know. I'm getting balancing your 3D self versus your like your 5D self, you know, like this part of yourself that's, you know, really in the, you know, that spiritual realm, but also understanding you are here, and we have to kind of, you know, we have to integrate, right? We, you know, we have to, you know, kind of figure it out, you know, as we go along, but make sure that we don't forget ourselves in the process. Hence why the first card out was forgetting oneself. So I feel like that's very important. That's just on the bottom of the deck, but I feel like that was an important message to deliver. So let's look deeper. Let's look deeper. Thank you. Yes. So we have Six of Pentacles. So I think, remember I was just talking about balance. The number 6 represents balance, and the Six of Pentacles tends to be about finding a sense of balance and equal give and take, reciprocity, so on and so forth. So I do feel like, as I just kind of explained, excuse me, being able to find that sense of balance between these two worlds that you kind of feel like you're teeter-tottering between, and also understanding your sense of value in the situation, right? Because it's not fair to you to always have to bend over backwards for everybody and do everything for everybody else. The people pleasing days are done and over with. I'm gonna say we, because I feel like I resonate with this part of the message, and I think a lot of us could resonate with this part. We need to stop bending over backwards for everybody else, right? Sometimes, you know, people don't even have a pot to piss in to help us with anything, but they want everything from us, and we constantly give, and I feel like they're saying this is a time to, you know, let up just a tad, right? It's okay to be a generous person, it's okay to be a giving person, but when you start doing it again to excess or to your detriment, that's when it becomes an issue. So I'm getting something with that. Yeah, because it could keep you feeling stuck and confined, right? So we do have the Eight of Swords on the bottom of the deck. You know, I'm just kind of picking up on that. All right, tell us more. All right, so I feel like you guys, you have the Nine of Cups here. Now, I did ask in my head, I was like, okay, so what are they releasing? What are they letting go? I feel like we have the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Top of the deck, we have, yeah, there we go. Two of Swords, in the reverse. Um, there we go. So, and the Seven of Pentacles in the middle of the deck. So I feel like what they're saying is what is being let go of at this time is this sense of overextending and giving too much or investing too much into people, and being more decisive about who and what you allow yourself to put yourself into, like that indecision that kind of comes in where you're like, oh well, that's family, and fuck that shit. 3113 when I said that. 13 been showing up like crazy on my readings lately. It's like a death and a rebirth. This is a ego death. Like, you guys are really learning, like, okay, wait, I have to, this is what I need to do for my self-preservation. I cannot keep on doing this. You know what I mean? Like this constant give. Like, no. You know what I mean? Because all you're doing, you're giving to everybody else. People become codependent on you and all this shit. And it's like, well, what about me? What are you getting out of it? What are you getting out of it? You know what I mean? Now, it's not to say that we should do things with the intent to get something out of people. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is we need to be mindful of our circumstances and our relationships, because if you're constantly overextending, keyword overextending, and nobody's doing anything for us, then, again, you can't pour from an empty cup. One of my favorite things to say nowadays. You cannot pour from an empty cup. So when people become over reliant on you and things like that, you know what I mean, you're doing everything for everybody else, so on and so forth, you catch the drift. Guess what, eventually you're not going to be able to give anything anymore. And then what happens then, right? So these are things that you have to ask yourself, and this is what you're releasing, right? All right, tell us more. Thank you. All right. So I think that what you're welcoming in, we do have the Page of Swords here. I think what you're welcoming in is just this sense of paying attention. The Page of Swords is somebody who's very attentive. They pay very close attention to things. They're very curious. So I think you're just going to be more analytical. You're not going to be making so many, decisions based on just the heart. It's going to be more head over heart. My girl, she used the perfect word, mindful of the exchange. I like that a lot. Lati just said that. So being mindful, right, of the exchange, of how we, help others, the people we allow into our space and into our lives, right? That's very important right now. Being able to know, the people to cut, to just cut them off right at the root, and the people who we allow to, be in our lives, and we foster those relationships because they're important to us. So just being able to be discerning enough to know which ones are meant to be, or, meant to stick around versus the ones that are meant to, gotta do what you gotta do. Yes, there we go. I didn't even see this card before, but yeah, thank you, Spirit. Thank you for the confirmation. King of Swords, cutting people off, seeing the truth, right? And, saying, okay, well, I got to cut this off at the root. You know what I mean? That sense of discernment, very, very important, right? Like I said, just paying attention, because, everybody has, their different motives, that drive them to do something. We all do. So are those intentions pure? Are they, are they ill-intended? Like, so on and so forth. I hope you guys understand where I'm going with that. Yeah, so just, being a little bit more um, patient and diligent with oneself when it comes to these decisions, not being so quick to just say, oh, I'm just going to welcome everybody into my space and into my life. Like, no, you got to pay attention. Not everybody's meant to be there. Okay, not everybody's not meant to be in your space like that. Be more discerning about who you allow into that space. What did my girl just say? Damn, that's crazy. See, I gotta watch that as soon as I get off of here now. That's crazy, Dati. Yes, look, balance. Balance. Equal give and take. Some of you might have Sagittarius in your chart. Take it as it resonates. Some of you might have air in your chart somewhere. But yeah, really just using that logic, right? And then also, when you have those special relationships in your life, fostering them. Very, very important at this time. Tell us more. Thank you. Yes. Being able to find that sense of strength within yourself to know how to handle these situations. Because guess what? It does take a little bit of strength to, tell somebody, yeah, you're cut. You know what I mean? Especially family. We're having those hard conversations and things like that, right? It takes some strength and courage to do that. And I'm also getting like taming that, inner feeling of feeling, again, like we talked about earlier, feeling you have to do everything for everybody or please everybody. It's impossible. You're never going to please everybody. Everybody's always going to have, so there's always going to be somebody. For the 100 people that you do something for, there's always going to be that one person who got some bullshit to say. You know what? Fuck. You know what I mean? Because I'll tell you right now, like, I still, even as I'm telling you guys this, I still struggle with this. I really do. Like, I have a really hard time with, like, what people are going to think about me if I don't do something, right? Because it's like, let's say if, I'm super sick and I'm like, I need this day off. I cannot physically do it at my job. I just can't. But I'm worried about how other people are going to perceive me. Like, are they going to say, oh, she calls out too much? Or am I going to get a bad review? I literally cried about this before. Like, am I going to get a bad review with my boss because I took a day off? Like, are you serious? Like, nigga, you got like 104 fever. You do not need to be at work with kids. Like, you need to stop right now. Like, just cut the shit, But I'm always like worried about the opinion of other people. And I'm still working on that. So I feel like some of you guys might resonate with that part of the message. Crazy, man. Crazy. But we're working on it, right? That's why it's a shadow. Alright. Let's get more from the tarot. What else does the collective need to know? Two cards. They said, get out of your head. These restrictions and stuff that you're feeling, that's it's up here mostly. That sense of feeling, stuck. Because then again, it's like you feel stuck, but then you miss out on opportunities for yourself. Four of Cups, you're not satisfied fully. They're like, well, if you keep staying in your head all the time, you're going to continue to feel like this. So what are you going to do about that, right? The overthinking has to kind of stop as well. Yeah, again, take your time, slow and steady. It's not a race. You know what I mean? Do what's best for you. You might, slowly kind of lose connections and stuff or whatever. You'll notice like, I feel. Some of you also might have a fear of rejection. I just got this. This just came very clear just now. Some of you might have a fear of rejection, and that could be where some of this comes from too. Like, if you don't do everything perfect, you're gonna get rejected in some type of way. And it's like, well, again, fuck everybody else. What makes you happy? You know what I mean? Like, you gotta think about yourself sometimes. Put yourself first. Yeah. We got the Page of Cups on the top of the deck. So I'm getting like, be more sensitive to yourself and what you need, your wants and your needs. You know, love up on yourself, pour into your own cup a little bit. You know, provide yourself with a sense of comfort. I'm getting from that. And then I'm also getting, because the page could represent children. We did see this energy of this possibly coming from childhood. So take that as it resonates. Um, yeah, you're embarking on this new journey right now with this Eight of Cups. This is a new journey. So you're walking away from these things now that no longer serve you. You're leaving that stuff behind, which is a good thing. So, you know, I do feel like you guys are on a good path here with leaving the things behind you that aren't working, you know what I mean? Like, and just saying, okay, yeah, you know, this doesn't seem to be, you know, suiting me where I'm at right now. Good. That's what you want. That's part of the growth and the elevation that you are experiencing and that you're going to continue to experience. So, you know, this energy of, you know, always feeling like you got to worry about everybody else's opinions, blah, blah, blah. Like, no. No more of that. Yeah. We have in the middle of the deck here, when I split it, soul family, happy reunion, support, order from chaos. So, like I said, that's here in the middle of the deck. And, you know, I do feel like, you know, this has been energy for a little while now, even when I use different decks. Like, I feel like a lot of us are coming into union with people who were meant to meet. I feel like a lot of you guys here right now at this exact moment are people who are in my soul tribe. And vice versa. I feel like we're meant to come across each other's paths in our lives to help each other elevate and grow and expand. And I'm super happy to have you guys around, because, you know, I definitely feel like I've been doing better in certain aspects of my life. Like, sometimes I'd be slipping up and I'm like, damn. And then, you know, I'll see my girl Clarity Empress pop up and I'm like, oh, she's live, let me go watch her. Monica will vouch for that, and Lati would too, you know what I mean? Or, you know, if my girl Lati, you know, if, you know, she posts one of her videos, I'm like, yes, I needed to see that. You know, now we have each other's phone numbers. Like, it's very, very nice to have people around who, and our friend Fifi, like, who you feel connected to. You know, Queen, we speak on Facebook, you know, like, and on here, like, I feel like I have been definitely put in the path of people who I'm meant to talk to and grow with. And that makes me happy. So kudos to us and cheers to that. You know, you guys are absolutely amazing. And I'm very, very grateful for y'all. So we're going to keep on. We're going to keep on. All right. So we're going to kind of look into, like, you know, we looked into like a lot of the darker stuff. So now we're going to kind of look more into like that lighter aspect of things, because it is all about integration. We don't just shed our shadow. I don't believe in that. I feel like the shadow is there and it's a part of us. We shine light on it and we learn how to integrate it into our higher self. That's what I believe in. And I learned that from one of my best friends, and who I call my soul. Allie, she pops up on here sometimes. And you know, I remember I was like, I have to just whoop my shadow's ass. And she was like, no. We don't whoop our shadow's ass. We integrate our shadow. We're kind to our shadow. 43, and I looked up. We have to be kind to our shadow, you know, because our shadow, you know, it's there for a reason. You know what I mean? It's a part of us. So what we do with that is we learn about it, we understand it, we figure out why is it there, because it serves a purpose. Everything serves a purpose. And then we go from there. So that's why I wanted to do this reading. I got drawn to do this. So like I said, I do hope that you guys are resonating with the message. Excuse me. Oh, look at that. Got another 13. That number, man, just keeps showing up in these readings as of lately. Energy attachments, energy exchange, negative influences, self-sabotage here on the bottom of the deck. So this is what we're releasing. This is the shadow stuff. How funny is that? You can't make this up even if you wanted to. 5 people in here, 6 likes. Equals up to 11. 11 is about new beginnings. It's also about karmic lessons. and karma in general. 4444 across the clock. I mean, come on. There's these numbers and synchronicities and shit everywhere. We have Archangel Michael. Ironically enough, that came up in the last reading that we did too. Heart of a warrior, divine protection, and synchronicity. Look at all the synchronicities that we've been seeing this evening, right? In these readings. But they're letting you know you are protected, okay? As you continue to fight this fight for yourself and for your sense of power, for your sense of integrity, your happiness, you are protected along the way. We have Universal Merkaba, a sacred purpose. You have the answer in lucid dreaming. So you might be having a lot of interesting dreams as of lately. So just pay attention to those dreams because you might be getting some type of downloads or information there that might be very important. I'm getting that some of you guys, your third eye and your crown chakra might be very, very open right now. So you're doing a good job. Just know that. You guys you're on the money right now with that. Really stepping into your power. And I already said it, but I do feel like a lot of you guys are going to be kind of, I think one of your purposes for some of you is going to be kind of something along the lines of shedding like the old expectations slash belief systems of the family, the ancestors, that dynamic, the family dynamic, and changing it into something different and newer that is more suitable for where you are currently. Again, take it as it resonates. That's going to be different for everybody. Two cards. Sorry. All right. So we have, we have energy medicine, sensuality, devotion, celestial fertility. I was about to say family. Celestial fertility and deep rest. So they're saying that it's time to really focus on resting your body. I'm also getting that for some of you, take this as it resonates, but for some of you, your sacral chakra might need a little bit of balance. We also have sacred space, positive outcome, clarity, lucky attraction, and removing obstacles. So if you've been feeling a little bit stuck, some of that feeling that you're feeling could also be the sacral chakra needing a little bit of work. So just, you could do a Google search, honestly, and just like find like meditation for the sacral chakra and things like that. That can definitely be helpful for some. Take it as it resonates. But just generally speaking, I think they're just also saying like, coming to terms with how do you find your own sacred and safe space. That's going to look different for everyone. So where do you meditate? Where do you do your prayers? Where do you just have your quiet time? Whatever that looks like to you. Making sure that you keep your space cleansed. And, making sure it's well lit or lit the way you want it to be with candles. Like it's going to be different for literally everyone. I'm literally like, it's like if you guys remember like when a lot of us were kids, the what are those called? The orange thing, and you put the little disc in it, and then I can't think of the name of it. I'm sure somebody's gonna say it in the comments. I hope. But you click the thing, and it's like a little carousel of different projector is a good word, but it was like when we were kids, like it was handheld. And you put the little cartridge in there, and then it was like a disc with pictures, and then you click the little yellow button down. But you guys know what I'm talking about. A lot of you guys, viewfinder. That's what it was called, a viewfinder. I used to love those things. But anyway, so I just kind of like had like a vision of a viewfinder of like what different people's like sacred spaces look like. Some people have like like a little room with a lot of white and greenery and like pillows and like a Buddha like little statue. Like I saw that, and then I saw people who are outside. I saw a whole bunch of everything. So yeah, that's going to be different for everyone. Some people literally it's just your living room, right? And you just, light a candle and you're mellowed out, your Zen den, find your Zen den. What does that look like for you? Okay. that can help you find a lot of answers within yourself and, find that sense of balance. We got the energy attachments came up again, but it's officially on the spread. I won't reread that because I already did. Let's get the 2 word from here. We have past life. How funny is it that I decided to just pull from the past life that a cultural experience that is behind you and regression. Wow. I feel like a lot of us, I'm going to say us, a lot of us, like, this stuff has, kind of, come along the way from other past lifetimes. This is not just the here and now, but this is the lifetime that we're meant to break some of these curses and things like that and really shift things around. It's like a catalyst of change. We have language of light, rediscovery, exactly, rediscovery, humble wanderer, and communication. How do we talk to ourselves? I just kind of picked up when I'm looking at this. Yeah, how do we talk to ourselves? How do we communicate with ourselves? How do we love up on ourselves as we're working on these things? Very important right now, because this is a part of that self-discovery. One more. And that healing as well. And we have angelic realms, a team effort, charity, validation, and patience. Yes, being patient with yourself. And understanding that, the spirit guides and stuff, they're going to divinely guide you exactly where you're meant to go. But it's a collaborative effort, right? You got to do what you got to do on this end, right? This 3D realm, but then you got to do what you got to do on the 5D. Your guides are going to be helping you along the way when they're, sending the signs and synchronicities of what you're meant to do right now, so on and so forth. Things you're meant to work on. Yeah, so just understand, like, where you're going to be giving your energy at, and be patient with yourself along the way. Oh, I love that. I love that so much. That self-love is so important. So important. We have a sphere of light, healing hands, empathic qualities, and animal wisdom. Ooh, getting in touch with your spirit animals might be important right now. You might be just in general feeling very connected to animals. I know I am. My cat, I love her. My fur baby, my daughter. You might feel a healing energy from your animals, or you're meant to help heal animals. Take that as it resonates. It could be both. But you're also very empathic, and they're just saying, this is a time to hone in on that gift. Top of the deck, we have Crystal Kingdom, slowing down, materialism, and psychic debris. So I feel like they're just saying, this is a time to not focus so much on the 3D world. Remember I was saying finding that balance between, this 3D world versus your higher self. Like, I feel like they're saying this is a time to find that middle ground. Not focusing so much on this 3D and what everybody else is thinking and, their opinions, right? We're trying to figure out how do we kind of, move past that. I do feel like a lot of you guys have psychic abilities, and that could be one of the things that has been an issue for lifetimes, not just this lifetime, but lifetimes. I said that before, and I'm saying it again. So we saw the card that literally says spirituality and religion, being one of the things from the past lifetimes that has been transcending and is present currently even now. So that's confirmation, I feel like. And then we have violet fire in the middle of the deck. Transmutation, detoxification, psychic vision, constant distraction. So there are a lot of distractions, and I think the distractions are people who are the naysayers who got something to say all the goddamn time. They can mind their goddamn business. But anyway, that's besides the point. Actually, it's really on point, but I'm not gonna go too deep into it because I felt like I was getting a little hostile. But yeah, you're transmuting the energy, right? And you're figuring it all out, and you're doing what you need to do. You're releasing those things so that you can, step into your power. What were you put here to do? You were put here to do a certain thing, a certain task. And what What does Maji say? What's her little slogan? I love her. God hired me. Who gonna fire me? I love when she says that. God fired me. Who gonna God hired me. Who gonna fire me? Exactly. Like he put you here for a purpose. Who the fuck are these naysayers to tell you anything and how you're supposed to live your life and do anything? Right? Their opinions are irrelevant. So let's see. I want to pull from Divine Masters deck. Okay, this is a good one. And then I might pull like one or two from one more deck after this, and that'll be the end of the reading. But as always, I'm so grateful for you guys for sticking around and watching. You guys are absolutely amazing. So we're just gonna pull maybe three from here and then three from one more card. I mean, one more deck rather, and then I think that'll be it. So I do hope that you at least feel like you got something out of this, because I definitely enjoyed delivering the message to you guys. I felt like it was important to, put this out there, because I was like, dang, if I do another reading, what am I going to do it about? And my girl, kindred spirits that we are, she said something about darkness, and I was like, darkness, shadows, shadow work reading. Yes. Yeah, so I think this was a good one. All right, one more shuffle. Hathor. Light activation, acceleration, brilliance, standing your light. Yes, yes, standing your light, baby. Love it. Let's get three from here. All right, so okay, I'm definitely gonna butcher up this name. Mahavatar Babahi, I think that's how you say it. Spiritual awakening, interconnectedness, understanding inner workings. Exactly. Doing the inner work. That's right. That's right. You guys are waking up. You're doing what you need to do for yourself. And I feel like, in doing this work on yourself, you're going to be helping others too. I really feel that. I just explained to you guys how I feel connected to you, and what through what I'm doing, and the fact that I think that the people who have been watching lately, especially those who are repeated viewers and such, like I feel a strong connection, and I'm happy to be able to say that I consider you like some of you guys actual friends, like it's a beautiful thing. So let's keep the momentum going. We have Isis here, reclaiming magic. Call back your power and what is rightfully yours. Yes. Love it. I'm even getting, this is very, very separate, I guess, but I'm getting like wounded warrior energy for some reason. Like I just feel like there's people who've been through so much hurt and pain, and like they're transmuting that energy of the things that they've been through, and they're doing something positive with it. And I love that energy, because I know that that's kind of how I got my start. um you know it's just, every time you're helping yourself a little bit, you're helping another person. And even when you're helping another person, you're also helping yourself. It's like a nice little cycle of healing and growth. I like that. I just, like, in my head, I just saw like a ring of like light with like little like stars and like stardust and shit, like going around, like really pretty, like in like purple and blue, really pretty, like a little bit of yellow in there. Very weird to try to explain it, but that's what I just like literally saw in my head. It's like, the gift that keeps on giving kind of thing. Very interesting. The wheel of life. Interesting. We have El Moria. Spiritual force field. Protective light is surrounding you. You are safe. Exactly. Love it. Let's get one more. And we have green Terra. Healing light. Wow. Wellness unfolding. Know that healing is a journey. It's funny because, like, some of the color, like, the picture itself doesn't necessarily look like what I was seeing, but, like, some of the colors look very, very similar. And I was just talking about how I just feel like it's, like, this healing energy. Like, it's so cool. So cool. All right, bottom of the deck we have Kathumi. Initiatory experience. Your current situation is initiating your gifts. Wow. That's crazy. I like it a lot. Saint Germain, Violet Flame, Alchemy, release the old, make way for the new. I love it. And we actually saw another card about the Violet Flame. Let's see if it's still there on the top. Was it on the top? Or was it like on the bottom? It's probably in the middle or some shit. And then when I try to find it, I'm not going to be able to find it. I hate when that happens. Yeah, it's gone. But yeah, we did see it though. And then middle of the deck we have the Atlanteans. Right? Atlanteans. I'm like hooked on phonics over here trying to read it. Alright. Evolution vibration. Legacy, technology, progress, expect acceleration. So I feel like you guys are like, well beyond your time. You're really, evolving and growing. Really creating this sense of legacy, and I love this a lot. I really do. Really making a difference. Like, you guys really are like the buck stops here kind of, energy. This energy of, all the stuff that, kept on kind of being followed, whether it was through lifetimes or through generations. Like, you're the ones who are going to be helping to mold and shape things in a new way. And not, allowing for, the monotony of, the same old, traditions and shit, where, oh, well, this is just the way it's done. Like, no, 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 no. Eventually, we have to be able to, say, yeah, no, enough's enough, and we have to be the ones to close those cycles out. So I feel like you guys are the ones that are going to be in charge of that. All right, so I'm going to pick like 3 cards from here, and that'll be the end of the reading. And again, thank you guys so much for tuning in for this whole time. You guys are the best. Love y'all so much. So Spirit, let's get some last closing messages. Let's get 3 messages for the collective to close out this reading. So we have... I'm sorry I'm laughing like this. But when I'm right, that shit freaks me out. And like, this is my way of like trying to be comfortable with how accurate this shit is and how creeped out I am at the same time. So bear with me. Surrender the habit of people pleasing. You can't make this shit up even if you wanted to, because that was what I was talking about earlier in the reading. Speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone else happy. You cannot make this shit up even if you wanted to. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, I'm not going. I don't know where that came from. Anyway, no way. I don't know. I'm spazzing, but I'm gonna take them. All right, so we have surrender to silence and quiet meditation. Remember, we're talking about like that Zen Den energy. In quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. Wow, look at that. That is so crazy. Surrender negative thinking. You have control over your thoughts. When negative thoughts surface, say thank you for sharing and quickly refocus on positive affirmations. Wow. And we have surrender to complete healing. Open fully to the loving and compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. So this is definitely a time to work on that healing process, right? For sure. All right, bottom of the deck we have surrender to the wisdom of your body. Listen to your body's messages about a person or a situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. Exactly. Do people make you feel out of sorts? Do they make you feel stuck? Do they make you feel tired? Do they make you feel drained? Those are the people you gotta watch yourself around. Like it should feel balanced, as Queen just said. Like it should feel balanced. If it doesn't feel balanced, then that's not a good look. Like that's not a good feeling, and yeah, that's not the energy you want around you. Top of the deck we have surrender procrastination. Now's the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. I gotta work on this. Taking action will attract success. I need to work on my business stuff. I've been putting it off like crazy because of fear of failure. I gotta work on that. But yes. And what's in the middle of the deck? Yep, exactly. This is definitely my message right here. Surrender obsessive thinking. If you're obsessing about a person or a situation, Turn the, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will bring you clarity or even solve the problem here in the middle of the deck. Well, thank you, spirit. Well, shit. You're just gonna call me out at the end of the damn reading. Ain't that some shit? No, I'm just joking. Joking and kind of serious at the same time. It's gonna play me. Like, look, bitch. You ain't gonna just tell the collective what they need to do. You're gonna have to talk about yourself too. Okay. Gosh, I heard. My goodness. Gosh, it's like when you're like a little kid and like someone gonna pop you on the hand. Like, hey, what did I tell you? Yeah, that's just what happened. That was spirit just talking to me. But anyway, like I said, I love you guys, and I really appreciate all of you guys for hanging in for over an hour now. You guys are the absolute best, and yeah, you guys, I am so thankful for all of you. All of you are great, and keep on rocking with your girl. Keep on with the support, because I definitely feel really empowered right now working with you guys and talking to you guys. So yeah, with all that said, I definitely will pop on again at some point during this week. I'm not sure what day. I'm not gonna sit there and lie to y'all and say, "Oh, we'll be on tomorrow," because I don't know. Maybe Thursday. Not sure yet though. So with all that said, enjoy the rest of your evening. And Lassie, I'm probably gonna pop onto your channel and see what you posted up. And for everybody else, I love you guys oh so very, very much. And until the next time, bye.